Hello? Is this thing going? It's your host, Jenny Chaos, ranting and raving yet again. As always, I want to start off by saying this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. My rants are just that, free speech expressed in a passionate way. Okay? Remember, if you would like to join the chat, send an email to jennysrantspc@gmail.com or send it via social media. Now that I got that out of the way, let's get into it, shall we? Okay, guys, it's your host, Jenny Chaos, and I am here today with another episode. This one is titled $600 Stamp. A question that was posted online. If a man lives with you, he isn't working, but he cleans, he cooks, he watches the kids, and he gets $600 in food stamps. Does that make up for him not working? The responses and comments online are always split. You never know what you're gonna get, but I did pose it to my new family, my new followers. Thank you all so much for your overwhelming support. I really appreciate it. So I posted it. I sent it out to a couple of people so I can get personal responses. Online, I got some, nope, get somebody else to do it, right? Somebody else said, like, I'm going to need more info. Like, how old are my kids? Is he a handyman? Why can't he work? Is he going to be doing stuff around the house, fixing up the house, right? I'm going to have to pass on that. Shit. We eat about $20 a day in in food alone, so his food stamp's not going to cut it. I'm not taking care of no grown boy, right? That's what one person said. And then I will say, like, there were some women, because this one here, she said, but if we were together and he lost his job and this was temporary, I wouldn't have a problem with it because we would have been preparing financially for emergencies like this. Okay, so it's not an overwhelming, hell no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Like I have seen that women are a little bit more flexible in this scenario. It's like, I don't know about that. I'm gonna need a little bit more context. I got a couple men, right? Because when I posted, I said, like, this goes both ways. Like, men, how we all feel. And I got this one man. He says, me as a man, I'm not even gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna get out and grind. Okay, grown man. I got another man. He says $600 ain't shit. Like, that's not enough. I don't care who's bringing it in. And then it makes you think, like, in today's economy, yes, one person staying home to handle the kids and things like that, that may be feasible, but today's economy is really requiring two incomes, so to speak. So a lot goes into that. I don't think it's a flat out scenario here. But it still was an interesting one, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit with with my girls. So we put it that this was something that was put in the group chat. That's what we're going to talk about today. Um,
Okay, so I'm going to say no, but I'm going to say no with an explanation and some exceptions also. If this is a man that has never worked, he moved in with you and your kids or his kids, y'all kids, or just your kids, and he has never worked, then that's going to be a hell to the no. That $600 worth of food stamps ain't even pinching nothing on our bills, my bills. So no to that if he just not a man that works. Now, if he is a man that works, but he just currently not working, and he just out of work temporarily, then okay, I'm going to say yes to that only because it's just a temporary situation. And also, in some scenarios, I'm not saying this is in my case, but in some scenarios, we have it where couples feel like financially, she may be financially the person that makes the money, that brings home the money the most. And it's a strain on childcare. And they agree that he stays home to take care. He can go out and try to get food stamps for them if that's the case, and help pitch in with food, which he should be doing that anyway. But if he agrees to doing this just for a short time, until they can figure out their child care, then okay, that's an exception as well. But if homeboy just not trying to do no work, and he think that his $600 is enough to cover expenses, and he can just stay home while I go to work every day, I'm going to say no to that one. That's a real big, hard no. And I also want to say this will go for a woman as well. Don't just have nothing to do with a man. Because if a woman moved in with a man and she wasn't working and she thought her $600 was just going to be enough to pay what needs to be paid, unless he okay with that, then that's cool. But we ain't speaking on a woman today, we're speaking on a man. Yeah, if bro ain't never had no job and he not trying to work, no, that does not suffice for working. That's not that's gonna be a no for me, I'm gonna say.
If a man lives with you, he isn't working, but he cook, he clean, he watch the kids, and he get about $600 in food stamps. Does that make up for him not working?
Yes.
So that's okay.
Yeah, I just said you're doing the stuff that I don't have to do.
But you are the king of that castle. You're saying.
Absolutely, you get food stamps.
So basically, he's a house husband.
Yes.
Okay. And
I'm gonna treat him good. He's like, I'm just walking around I'm just throwing stuff at this man. Like, I'm not like. You don't think about, when you think about your husband, like if you think about the king that you want, if you was really, I know you saying that you're not looking anymore, but let's just say God gave him to you, found him. When you close your eyes and you think about your dream man, your king, he doesn't belittle you for being your queen. He doesn't belittle you because he pays your bills. So I'm not saying I'm walking around like, do this and do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying,
but to say that you are the king of the castle would have some people feel like you know how some people want a submissive woman, right? So can you be submissive? Can you be submissive to a man that is going 50-50?
That's a scenario that you just said, that he takes food stamps and he brings in how much? No.
He gets $600 in food stamps. But he cooking, he cleaning, he doing all that stuff with the kids. He's the house husband.
What am I submissive to? Like, what is he asking me? Like, when I came
everything, to be submissive is not just like one thing. It's not to be submissive is to recognize him as the leader, him as the head of that family, right?
Right, as the head of the house. He needs to lead himself to a job. Why is he leading himself to a job? Okay. So you placing it on. All right. So let me ask you this question, right? Now, you get this guy, right? Y'all been together for a while. He make good money. He the head of the household. He's bringing in money. All of a sudden, he gets an injury at work, right? So he becomes on disability. So his income, you know what I mean, is he's not even bringing in that much money.
Right. He out on workers' comp. He out on workers' comp.
Listen. Listen, not even out on workers' comp. He could be like on like a permanent, you know what I mean, disability for
permanent disability.
Like
I just hope he married.
I'm about to take a shot on that.
Outside of the financial, right? Outside of the financial, he's still bringing in that, you know what I mean, the $600 of food stamps, whatever. But outside of that, he see you for you. He loves you, like genuinely loves you.
Absolutely, he should.
So that would be a deal breaker for you because he's not financially where he needs to be.
No, that's not what I said. So that's why I number one, he should have married me. If you married me, right? Mm-hmm. I give leeway to my husband. Like, no, I am not going to divorce my husband. I'm not going to leave my husband. I'm not going to belittle my husband because he gets on disability. Absolutely not. That is my husband. I'm going to stick by him. He better not start being on those calls and start having extra time to go on chat lines and cheating. Because then that's when you're going to get left outside. But as long as he's a good, faithful husband and he's doing everything he wants to do, I'm going to stick by him. I'm fine with that. He married me.
So
if
you can only be
together. I'm also willing to work with him. But if he is just, because right now I'm thinking about my life now. My life 10 years ago was a little bit different. Right now I'm not about to have no kids by you. I'm not even sure I want to marry you. So if I meet a guy right now, and within the next 2 years he become a get on disability, and he had moved in with me a year ago before the disability, then he might gotta move back out. I don't really know how that. You would make him leave? I don't know. I can't be. Is he perfect?
Hold on. So when you hear the word submissive, you only think about being married. It's not. You can't be a submissive woman without being like married. Because
you're asking me two different questions. Y'all are giving me two different questions.
No, they are. No. But my question.
No, I'm joking.
My question was actually toward both of y'all. But to get y'all point of view on that, it's like if he wasn't working, and he got $600 in food stamps, but like to be a submissive woman in a relationship. Is that, but then to be a submissive wife is also
right. Yeah, it's kind of different. It's levels to it, but I just feel like as far as the disability person, to be honest, like when your husband or somebody who, let's just say we didn't even get married, we never got married, but we have been together for 10 years. Anything over 5 years, you guys have had a history together, and if for 5 years we have had a great relationship, and let's just say he didn't even take care of bills. He only did his 60, I did my 40 for those 5 years, but he was a great man. I'm going to stick by him. If it was a year or two, you just got to know this man on the first year. I don't know. I'm just telling you. Like I don't know.
I don't know either. I can't necessarily say that either, because you're right. It's a lot of things that play a part in that. What I will say, to be honest, I guess, is like being submissive for me doesn't your income doesn't determine whether or not I'm going to be submissive or not. Right? That comes out of like.
So I know how to be submissive. So I don't know why y'all keep saying money. You keep saying submissive. I am confused at the whole thing of submission. You want to tell me what you want me to submit to. I don't even care if you're rich. I don't know if I'm going to be able to submit. So that's two different. That's why I was saying there's two different things. She was asking me about the as far as if he was disabled. That's one conversation. You're going to have to tell me, what am I being submissive to for me to agree on being submissive?
But that's the thing.
What's the definition of being submissive?
Oh, exactly. That's what I'm about to say. So a submissive woman in a relationship, right? She is willingly deferring to her partner's leadership, not out of weakness or fear, but like from trust, respect, and a desire for that partnership, right? She's choosing to support his decisions, right? So it's about like submitting to the man's authority, or his ability to lead,
I'm triggered.
Okay, his ability to lead. And I think that the reason why a lot of women nowadays have problems with the word submitting or even the action itself is because we can't really trust these men to lead. They aren't leading. They are not leading, and they want to complain about like us being alpha women, but that's because the alpha men are not there. And so we have kind of taken that and put that on our backs. But to be submissive is to just like trust that man's, to lead the family, so to speak.
So I guess when I hear submissive, right, and when I just heard what you said, if my husband or significant other came to me and said, baby, I got a promotion, we about to move to Atlanta, let's go. I don't know how to be that yet. Like, the Lord is still working on me, and he has not prepared me for that level of submission.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I'm not there yet. So that's what I mean by it depends on the level of submission. So where are you guys with that? And that's it. I want both of you guys to both answer that question. The guy came to you guys and said the exact thing I said.
I'm gonna tell you to be 100 with you. It is hard. I can be submissive for the right man though. Like I have to be able to trust that leadership. I got to be able to trust that leadership. If he is a man, if he is that nigga, and he say, I got this promotion, I got us, we going to Atlanta, then we going to Atlanta. But if he ain't
what about you? What's your opinion? Me? Now, no. I had a question for you. Let me answer a question, please. Now.
Wait, who, me or her?
No. I'm just asking. Are you just saying that you wouldn't be with him at all, or he just could not live with you? Which one are we talking about? Is this a different question? Tell me the question again. Okay. So my question would be, as far as the man being 50-50, right? Mm-hmm. Is it just within the household? Or, correct. I mean, far as financially, or could y'all still be, or would you just not deal with him at all because he couldn't match what you're matching? Oh, no. We can be in a relationship. We just can't live together. We can't live in the same house with that scenario. Because if you live at your house and I live in my house, we're both pulling our own weight. When your dishes get dirty at your house, you got to wash them. When my dishes got dirty at my house, I got to wash them. I can deal. I don't care. I can deal with you, and you can make $1. As long as you're asking me for my $1, I don't care how much you make it. We don't. We're not together. I mean, I'm sorry, not much together. If we don't live together, you can do your own thing. I'm not doing your own thing. You can make whatever you want to make. I do not discriminate. But you don't see what he's bringing in as you're looking at it financially. What he's bringing in as you're saving more money. Nope. So say like your mortgage is $4,000. So you're used to paying that $4,000. Now that he come in, you like, oh, okay. He gonna pay $2,000 of it. He gonna keep that $1,000 because if he only come in with $1,000, he gonna keep that $1,000 at his own house. Absolutely, that's how I feel. Because I thought about this long and hard. If my mortgage is $44,000, and he says, I can't come to I don't have $2,000, but I'm gonna come over there for $1,000, and we're gonna live together. We're gonna rock it out. I'm gonna tell him, you stay wherever you are, and you pay your $1,000, and I'm gonna stay right here and pay my $4,000 by myself. Absolutely.
And see, I'm different in that. I'm different in that because I feel like, all right, if my mortgage is $2,000, his rent is $1,000. And he come over here and he say, okay, I'll give you this $1,000 that I was paying for my rent. I'm okay with that, and that's probably my problem.
You just went half, so that's different. So you willing to go half? That's fine. Okay. We're saying that he willing to go less. If your rent is $2,000, and he says all I have is $500, you're willing to do that? I'm not.
Yeah, that's okay. I know that's what I'm saying. I'm different in that respect.
Right.
Like,
so what was yours? Because you keep asking the question, but you're not answering. But you're willing to let him in. Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I would say I've been in that situation before, and I also had a child with him, and I've also, you know what I mean, been in that situation when I didn't. And the last situation, everything was 50-50. You know what I mean? We didn't have a mortgage, but we rented. At that time, okay, you pay half the rent, I pay half the rent. I had my own cell phone, he had his own cell phone. But, you know, we was on a plan at that time. But whatever his bill was, he paid his bill. Whatever my bill was, I paid my bill. Or as food, like, you know what I mean? We went half. If we went out, you know, he would pay some time. Or if I went out, you know what I mean? I would pay some time. Or like, you know what I mean? If I sent him out to get food, he would pay for it. Or it would just be like, you know, when he didn't have, I had. Or if I didn't have, he had. Okay. That type of thing.
Okay, so
go ahead.
So in short, her answer was yes, she would let him move in. And it sounds like she would be okay with 50-50 too.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, it sounds like I'm going to get my husband back because I
well, listen. Hold on.
I want my porch back.
You know. Whew, I had to cut it right there because we are about to get into a whole nother group chat. Again, thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed listening just as much as I did recording. I try to end every episode on a positive note. And for today, what I want to express is this. Whatever you decide to do for you and your household is totally fine. If it floats your boat, let it sail. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Okay? I'm just Jenny, and these are my rants.